Yeah, how is everyone doing? Good, I hope, Yeah, the Atari VCS, I love it, We'll take a look at them, and, like, brilliant, and there's 108 games in the Atari VCS store now, and there's more coming, So the latest games, Biolab Wars, sort of like Contra. Tilting Tiles is a platforming game. You have Ultimate Ski Jumping. So yeah, there's 108 games and more coming, Yeah, so the Atari VCS is awesome. But the thing I like, see, when I'm waiting for new games to show up on the Atari VCS store, I like to go to Chrome and play a bunch of Sega Mega Drive games, Super Nintendo, Atari Jaguar, and I think it's awesome. And it's it's great value for money in my opinion, because the only way for me outside of doing this to play Sega Mega Drive games or Super Nintendo games is to buy a system off eBay, and those systems are expensive and they're second hand, and there's a lot of hassle involved, But with the Atari VCS, that it saved me a lot of money, a lot of hassle, and it's pretty awesome, Now, not every gameplay is great, but the fact is they keep adding new online emulators all the time, and some have more games than others, and they run better than others, So it's pretty awesome. Now, some people say that emulating games is not the same as playing it on original hardware. But that might be true, but I'm still having fun regardless, and it saved me tons of money, and we can't afford to go onto eBay and buy a second-hand system off eBay. So this is it's great to go back and play these old classic games without having to spend a fortune on it. Now I know that if we ever lose access to the internet, all this goes. But I'm gonna enjoy it for what it is, And so I'm gonna go to play a bunch of Atari Jaguar games, and we like the way it saves your entries, if you know what I mean. So Atari Jaguar games, and this site here is the best in my opinion when it comes to Jaguar games. Retrogames.cc. So you just click that link, Now, not every game works. Some games work better than others, but the majority of them play just fine, Now, some games have audio issues and stuff, but like I said, there are other sites that run the same game better. It's just a matter of looking around. But on a whole, this has all the Jaguar games, and most of them work, in my opinion, So I'm going to go to the Checkered Flag, which is a good game on the Jaguar, in my opinion. It's sort of like Virtua Racing on the Sega 32X, except it's the Atari Jaguar version. 3D polygonal F1 driving game. Now, it's not as good as Virtua Racing, but it's still good in my opinion. And so it's pretty awesome. And so here we go, Yeah, so I it's just the audio gets a bit messed up from time to time, but to me it's we can live with it, And I'm gonna go to championship tournament race, Yeah, so I mean, pretty cool in my opinion. And so there's a checkered flag, and so this is pretty cool, in my opinion. And I'm playing the game using the PS4 controller wirelessly, So pretty cool in my opinion. And so the controls they're not as good as virtual racing, but you know it's okay. Like you know, there's no lag or anything like that. This is just how the controls in second flag were bad anyway. You know, and the frame rate's not the best, but we still like it. Like you know, I remember back in the day, this cost something like €80 on eBay. You know, so like it saved me tons of money. Like you know. And you know, it's a good way to try out games before you buy them on the Atari VCS. You know, you can decide whether or not the game is worth it before shelling out a lot of money on a game. You know, so yeah, I mean it's awesome. Yeah, so I'm doing this one-handed, so you know, not bad, like you know, and. With it, turn around. So yeah, so pretty cool, like you know. Now this site it has Sega Mega Drive games, it has Super Nintendo games, Atari Lynx, Atari 7800, you know, arcade games. So it's pretty awesome, you know. So I'm gonna exit this, you know. So yeah, the Atari VCS, it looks sweet and all, like, I love it, you know. And so I'm gonna go back. Yeah, so up here you have PlayStation, Atari, NEC, Sega, Nintendo. You got arcade, you know. So I'm gonna go to Sega. So you have Master System, Game Gear, Genesis, 32X, Sega CD, but there's no Sega Saturn, unfortunately. But now there's only one site that I know of that runs Sega Saturn games, which I'll show you now in a minute. But before I do that, I'm gonna go to Sega Genesis, you know, play a bunch of games, you know. Now there's a search bar if the game you want isn't here, you know, and it's all alphabetical, you know. So A, B, C. So I'm gonna go to D for Desert Strike. I'm gonna play Desert Strike, you know. I thought the Sega Mega Drive version was the best, you know. So pretty cool, like you know. And yeah, pretty cool. I love it. Desert Strike. Yeah, here we go. So just you either click the image, then you click start game, and to just then click play now, and then just let it load. I mean, it's brilliant, like you know. So let's go full screen and X this. Yeah, so the Atari VCS is awesome, you know. And you click here for the settings, you know. You can deploy shaders and other sort of stuff, you know. But the game looks good as it does, like, you know. Yeah, so yeah, the Atari VCS is awesome. And so, like a Sega Mega Drive seem to run great, and Super Nintendo games. And PS1 games run great as well, so like if so pretty cool. Yeah. So brilliant stuff. The Atari VCS, and so I gotta blow up this radar yoke. Yeah, so pretty cool. Yeah, so that's Desert Streak, you know. So like, yeah, the Atari VCS is awesome. Like I said, not every game runs great, but most of them do, especially Sega Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, PS1, anything like that, you know. Now, GameCube, PS2, you have to upgrade your Atari VCS if you want to play those, like, you know. But so, like, my Atari VCS is just stock, if you know what I mean. 8 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of storage. Now, for me, that's more than enough for what I want to play, because these are the sort of games that I love to play. So for me, I don't need to upgrade, and I don't want to upgrade. Now, some people say I'm not using my VCS to its full advantage, but to its full power, but I like it. Well, I mean, you know, and that's the great thing about the Atari VCS. No matter what you decide to do, you'll have fun, like, you know. And especially if all you want to do is play a bunch of old school games like this. And so pretty cool. So, like, in my opinion, the Atari VCS is the ultimate emulation machine. All you have to do is go to Chrome, type in the name of the game or system, or just type, follow by the words online, you know, Road Rash online, Desert Streak online, or just type in retro games online. But the name of this site is called retrogames.cc, so if we just type that in my opinion, you know, it has the best number of games, and they all work pretty well, like, you know. But there's no like GameCube or PS2. It's N64, everything backwards, you know. But there's more than this site. There's other sites out there that we don't even know of. But you know, this is the one that I like using a lot, you know. And this site, retrogames.cc, it works on the Xbox Series X as well, like, you know. So if, like, I'm running out of fuel, but like I said, I get some fuel. Actually, what's... Yeah, so that's Desert Streak, you know. So I'm going to show you one more game, then I'll end the video. But you just won't get bored with the VCS, you know. It's brilliant. And, you know, all the awesome games that are on the Atari VCS store, and there's more to come. And Steam Arcade, you got Xbox Cloud Gaming, you know, everything. It's brilliant, and it looks sweet, like I said, like, you know. So I'm gonna play something else. I'm gonna play a PlayStation 1 game. So PlayStation games, this site, retrogames.cc, you know, just go to PlayStation and all the PlayStation games. I mean, it's brilliant. Like, if you love PlayStation, like, the Atari VCS is brilliant, like, you know, especially the PS1, like, you know. Now, there's another site called PS1 Fun, which is awesome. So, pretty cool. So I'm gonna play Doom, you know. Now, like I said, you can type in the name of the game if you wish, and it'll show you pretty much every version of Doom, not just the PS1 version, but other versions. And just type it in and search now, and you just click on the one you want, like, you know. And there's other games with Doom in their title, but the one I want is the Game Boy id Software, like, you know. So you got the Game Boy Advance version, you got the Super Nintendo version, the N64 version, which is pretty awesome, Atari Jaguar, we want the PS1 version, you got the 32X version, you got Final Doom, so pretty cool. And here you go, PlayStation Doom. Now, there's another site called Retro Games Fun, which is another awesome game site for games, especially PS1 games, you know. Now, on this site, the title screen music for Doom doesn't work properly. That's the only problem. But with Retro Games Fun, Doom is intact, like the title music and everything, you know. So pretty awesome, and it's got full screen, you know. So pretty awesome, you know. And yeah, like if the Atari VCS is awesome because it saved me a fortune, like, you know. Because like I said, for me, the only other way to play these games is to buy a system off eBay, and then hopefully it shows up at my house and it works and everything, you know. But with the Atari VCS, there's none of that. Yes, it's emulation, but it's still damn good in my opinion, like, you know. See, there's no music on the title screen. That's the only difference, you know. But like I said, with the sweet retro games, that fun, Doom for the PS1 works great, like. And so pretty awesome, you know. And the PS4 controller works great on the Atari VCS. It works wireless and everything, and it's great for PlayStation games. It's great to play PS1 games with the PS4 controller, you know. Now the PS5 controller works as well, but the PS5 controller only works when it's actually in the game. It doesn't work on the Atari VCS dashboard or anything like that, but once you're actually into a game, it works. Like, but with the PS4 controller, it's the best controller for the VCS in my opinion, like, you know. And it runs great, looks great, and it's just a brilliant system. And Atari are supporting it all the way, you know. And there's more games to come from Atari and indie devs. So brilliant, like, you know. And then in November, Atari are bringing back the Atari 2600 with the Atari 2600 Plus, which is awesome in my opinion. But the Atari VCS, you know, like Atari will continue to make awesome games for it, and I'm hoping that they make Night Driver Recharge for it, you know. That's a game I really want to play from Atari, you know. Yeah, so the Atari VCS is awesome, and if you don't have a whole lot of money, like, you know, the Atari VCS will save you a ton of it, you know. The only thing you have to put up with is when you first get the Atari VCS, it takes a long time to update it, you know. I'm talking a long time. So you have to have patience, you know. But once you get past the initial setup of the VCS, just go to Chrome, start playing a bunch of old school games, like I'm doing right now. If there's nothing on the Atari VCS Star that you want to buy, but trust me, there's tons of awesome games on the Atari VCS Star. Like Danger Scavenger, that's a pretty good game. Residual is a good game. Gunslugs is a great game. The Atari Recharge games are awesome, like Quantum Recharge, Yars Recharge, Centipede Recharge. You know, these are all awesome games in my opinion. And Steam Arcade, of course, you want to play all the old school games, Space Invaders and stuff. But with Chrome, you can play the Atari 2600 version of Space Invaders, all the Atari 2600 games, 7800 games, Atari 5200 games. So, I mean, you just won't get bored, you know, and it's awesome. It works well, looks awesome, and it's just brilliant. Like I said, the only problem is when you first get it, it takes a long time to update it. I'm talking over an hour, so you have to have patience, you know. And whatever you do, don't interrupt, don't turn it off or switch it off while it's updating, because if you do, you'll wreck the system. And but once you get past the initial update, you know, and you have your account set up and everything, you're laughing. You know, like I said, you can use PS4 controller, PS4. Now, funny enough, PlayStation controllers work better on the Atari VCS than Xbox controllers do. I don't know why that is, because the Atari VCS model controller is modelled after the Xbox One controller, but the PS5 controller and the PS4 work better than either of those, so you know, but that's mad, you know, but that's the way it is, like. And the Atari VCS is awesome. You can connect Bluetooth headphones to it, speakers. It's very versatile, you know. It's a mini PC, and it doesn't have the restrictions that a console does, so that's another benefit of the Atari VCS, you know. So like I said, the only thing you have to put up with is when when you first get it and connect it to your television, set up your Wi-Fi. It takes a long time to update the system, so just keep that in mind. I can't stress that enough. Just over an hour at least. It depends on how fast your internet is, and don't turn it off. I mean, whatever you do, or switch it off, because if you do that, you'll wreck the system, and you have to get someone to flash you the new firmware for the Atari VCS, and that's why it takes so long, because the Atari VCS came out in 2020, so since then it's had a bunch of OS updates, so it'll take longer for someone to update their Atari VCS now than when we got it in 2020, because there weren't that many updates. It was just one. Since the VCS came out in 2020, it's had 4 or 5 updates, so it's going to take a long time. It's going to take longer to update it than it took me when I first got my VCS. So just keep that in mind. But the Atari VCS is awesome. We love it. There's more to come, and who knows? The way it's starting off slowly, but it's getting better all the time. More games, and there's no subscription fees. There's none of that. The Atari VCS is your system. So that's the best thing about it, in my opinion. Look, with Xbox and PlayStation, you have to agree to their terms, but with the VCS, there's none of that, But then again, if you choose to mess up your system, then you're sort of up shit creek. So, but Atari will try and help you. But if you damage it beyond repair because of something you did, then you're just gonna have to bite the bullet. So that's the thing, Now, that's the main reason why I don't want to upgrade my VCS, because I don't have the skills to do so. And if I tried, I'd probably wreck the system, and I don't want to do that, because I love it the way it is, what the things it can do. We can watch Disney Plus, Netflix, all that. It's awesome. It's just brilliant. And plus playing my Xbox Series X games, my Xbox Game Pass games on my VCS is a bonus. And I'm not messing with like Forza Horizon 4, Fallout 3, playing those on my Atari VCS, there's no waiting time. Whereas if I'm playing those on my Xbox Series X, sometimes I'm waiting up to 5 minutes. It tells me that there's a lot of people playing right now. Sometimes it takes up to 5 minutes, but with the VCS there's none of that. So I don't know why that is. Maybe because the Atari VCS is a dedicated streaming device. It's a PC, So that's what it's best at doing. So now the Xbox Series X is a high-powered PC, essentially as well, But it's a console at heart, if you understand that, and it has the restrictions of a console, meaning Microsoft owns that console, you don't. So just keep that in mind, Whereas with the VCS, all the games I purchase on the Atari VCS store, once they're on my hard drive, I can play them, So that's the difference. So when Microsoft stops supporting the Xbox Series X, I get the feeling that all the digital games will go with it, Now, I'm just assuming that, Yeah, so the PS1, if you love playing PS1 games, the VCS is the system they get, it's just brilliant, And the PS4 controller works great, it just works the best. So I hope that helps people, the Atari VCS is great value, it's an awesome looking system. It's Atari's back, people, and they're not going anywhere this time, and that makes me happy. And the Atari VCS looks just awesome, the wood grain, the ridges, and just brilliant. And there's more to come for it, so brilliant. And like I said, it'll save you a ton of money, and when we're gonna go back to the dashboard, So brilliant stuff, And like I said, those Bluetooth lights, we can connect to it and stuff. So it's brilliant. It's a brilliant system. Like I said, the only downside is if you get it for the first time, it'll take a long time to update it. I'm talking a long time, right? So 8 hours or more. I'm just dead serious about that, because there's been 4 or 5 system updates since it first came out. So it takes a long time. So just but once you're past that and you've set up your account, you're laughing. The VCS is very reliable. Look, I've had mine since 2020 and I haven't had an issue with it. the fan works, everything works grand, but you have to take care of it. Clean it regularly. Just keep dust off the parts and stuff like that. Just clean it with a cloth, a bit of Mr. Sheen, and it'll work forever. It all depends on how well you treat it. Now some people have been unfortunate. Mainly because they shut off their console while it was updating, but patience, you have to have patience. That's the greatest thing, but you have to have patience. If you don't, then you just won't enjoy it, right? And like I said, through Chrome, the odd game runs badly here and there, but overall it's brilliant. And my VCS is out of the box, 8GB of RAM, 32GB of storage. Now I have 2 thumb drives, one the front there, one the back. I have those for extra storage, and they're about 2 32GB drives, so that's plenty of space. Atari VCS games don't take up a whole lot of space, so that should last you for a long time. And a 32GB SanDisk drive. Now, there had to be 3.0 SanDisk drives, right? The thumb drives, 3.0. I don't think 2.0 works, so keep that in mind if you are going to get thumb drives for your VCS for start or whatever. There had to be 3.0 USB thumbsticks or thumb drives, right? So just keep that in mind, right? So yeah, brilliant. So like it's right now, that's pretty much it. So you have tons of games like Failsafe 7800, Avian Knights. You even have a John Hancock making games for it, Retro Game Quest and Catacombs of Chaos, and there's going to be more games to come. Alien Abduction 2600, Amoeba Jump 2600. So there's ACR, Missile Command Recharge, brilliantly. Space Grunts is awesome. Common Air is brilliant. Brilliant. Xbox Cloud Gaming, which I'm going to go into that right now. You just won't get bored. Well, like I said, somehow it's faster somehow on the VCS. Look at like Fallout 3 there, for example. I was playing that on the Xbox Series X, and it was telling me wait up to 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go to that right now. Now down the bottom it says getting your game ready. We put on the Xbox Series X, more than once it says a big white line shows up saying you have to wait 5 minutes, but not the case here, Now I realise I'm not playing during the busy time, but anyway, so that might be a factor, but it's awesome. Fallout 3, which is a classic on my Xbox 360 game. So anyway, I hope everyone has a good day. Take care, all the best, and bye bye.